welcome. You know what time it is. It's time to put your crowns on because we about to drop the jewels to rule. And today, we really want to go deep. We want to ask you, can your finances face the future? What do you mean? What do you mean by that, you ask? Well, what do you mean can finances face the future? Well, you're going to have to ride the wave or be a slave. You still say ride the wave, be a slave. What are you talking about? We talking about, we're talking about, we're talking about the wave of the future, the transformative force of the coming decades. We're talking about AI. All right. We really want to go in on this episode. Without further ado, let us let you know how this episode was brought to you.
For all those that are entrepreneur minded and career conscious, are you constantly in front of computers, laptops, tablets, and phones, burning out your eyes, getting headaches, and feeling fatigued in the middle of the day from the grind? Then you clearly have something missing when you're focused on your vision. And that's why we are introducing the exclusive luxury anti-blue light technology glasses, the Regal Views, coming in the original black and gold, brought to you by Royalty and Power Enterprises, making sure you see fit to rule. But you have options when you're ruled. Your eyes can wear different crowns, like the crystal gold, giving that frozen golden glow where you can go business casual or be casually doing business. Rule how you see fit, but see through a Regal View. And if you want a softer touch without sacrificing any shine, then the crystal rose gold is how you subtly be bold with the quiet control. Step into the office or go out for meetings, whatever the reason, Regal View helps your eyes rest when you're focused on your reign. And that's why we say there is nothing on the market like Regal Views. So we just let the light shine through the competition, literally, as other anti-blue light glasses fail in blue light blocking comparison tests. It's Regal View, luxury anti-blue light glasses. Protect your reign, rule your vision.
All right. So let us go on in. We are about to talk about the wave of the future. But without going into details on this wave, we can't not mention the other waves of the future, or as we say, waves of innovation as they have become the future. They are the now. Okay. So we first dealing with the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution, that is really like the steam engines, mechanisms, um, mechanization. I think I'm saying it right. Mechanical aspects, the mechanical creation of things running on steam engines. Then we go a little further. We got electricity. You got the light bulb. Start to go further. You get computers. All right. Then we go further. We revolutionize the computing aspect with the internet. And then we go further. We revolutionize money, commerce, with cryptocurrency, specifically the Bitcoin. Uh, these have been waves of innovation. And you've had smaller waves of innovation within this period. For example, you got things like Uber, YouTube, Facebook, Amazon, things of that nature. All of them have something in common. When you heard about them, you were like, you know, kind of like, that's not going to be a big deal. For example, I'm sure back in the day, people were saying the Industrial Revolution, man, all that mechanical work, We're used to working with wood. You can't trust that stuff. It right. And then you have cars, and then people say, hey, we don't know anything about electricity. Steam is good old fashioned. You have your coal and you burn everything, runs smooth. Okay, you have gas, electricity. You have that kind of change things. All right, then we go into further. You get the internet, which is like a whole wave of, hey, we're going to be able to communicate with each other from this box. We're going to be able to sell stuff. It's all going to be done through this box. Like the idea, when you look at people at the time, are like, what? So what? The internet. Then you had cryptocurrency as well. Hey, invisible money. Invisible money. All these ideas were like, what? Like, how is this possible? Nobody wanted to ride the wave. There were doubts. Consider AI, artificial intelligence. How many people are ready to ride the wave? How many people are doubting? How many people are like, what is that? Or how many people are like, it's evil. It's stupid. It could never do the job as good as I can. Or just think of all the things people say and are saying or would say relative to the acceptance of AI. Now, this thing is like the light bulb. It's like cars combined, like in regards to innovation. All right. It's beyond belief. But first, let's just look at how it compares to the the other movements, the other aspects and areas of innovation that have occurred. Okay. So let's take our first innovation, which is really, really the Industrial Revolution. This is about late 1700s, early 1800s. Things start booming along. Steam power and mechanization, all right, replaced manual labor tremendously. This liberated factories, capital owners who were backed the early mills. They earned generational wealth for they just were put up. This just changed the game. It was that big of an investment. Many at the time scoffed. What's wrong with hand tools? Why can't we do? But capitalism would never be the same afterwards. All right, it would never be the same. Then you got the second industrial revolution, which is the electrification of everything, electricity. Okay, and that electricity also being combined with computing power. All right, so let's look at like how what was it? The cars. The early Fords were once derived as dangerous and unnecessary due to the mass labor that was involved, but electricity enabled the mass production and assembly lines. So things were able to be much more efficiently. There was steam mechanization um, because of electricity. So, like again, we talk about the Henry Ford. Um, People thought that making them was dangerous because of the labor and so forth, and that it was unnecessary. It wasn't efficient. Electricity changed the game, where now we have cars in mass production. If it wasn't for electricity in the production of vehicles, the vehicle making process would be a lot more tedious. All right. So inventors who believed in the electric utilization, or the utilization of electricity, to be more specific and accurate, um, they are wealthy beyond belief. Like this was the opportunity investment of a lifetime. But then this electricity went over into computing and computers, the internet. All right. So from mainframes to personal computers, smartphones, clouds, um, each leap expanded reaches, bounds, and compressed costs, energy, like computers. What to save, to store, to file paperwork, computer saves so much money, so much energy. When first came out, people were like, What is this bubble? What is this nerd stuff? What is this techie robot? What is this robot thing? What is this thing? This is stupid. This is not interesting. I don't have time for this. I'm not interested in this. I'm not going to sit and look at this screen. But look what happened. Because of the computer with the internet, or the computing power of the internet, that aspect, that combo, changed the game. What is it? In about 1995, we got maybe 1% of the global population was doing anything online. All right. Now everything is online. Like, everything is online. It's all online. Okay, so the key that we really, really point out here that's really, really deep is that new technology starts a niche, it's ignored, it's ridiculed, it becomes something lames are doing, something the uncool kids are being bothered with. But it's always the lames and the uncool kids that end up being the wealthy, right? Okay, so you're gonna be a lame if you don't be a lame. Meaning your money's not going to be able to expand and stretch into the future if you don't start realizing what's going on. All right, this thing is increasing. We're very early at this thing here. Less than 5% of businesses use AI strategically. Many people are using AI like a glorified, like a glorified Google, like, yeah, like a Google. Yeah, people use YouTube in a sense. They combine it to YouTube, but it's like a search engine for the most part. It's like a search engine. That's how people are using. All right. This is past. This is way beyond Google. What it can do. Google cannot do nowhere near what AI can do. Is being prepared to do based on its potential to do, and has done. Okay, so let me go into depth, because you like, what? You got to understand. This thing is going to combine a wave of the future. It's going to take the old wave of crypto and the blockchain. As is going to be the next revolution of the future of money, commerce, interaction. So again, crypto is coming back. The blockchain is coming back, and is going to be partnered with AI. Mind you, the AI is within the blockchain. That is amazing in and of itself, like what it's able to do, that intelligence, that code, that thinking process. And so people say, well, it's not necessarily thinking, but that's kind of how the AI is expanding on understanding processes, algorithms, and the purposes behind them, making connections and dots. When it makes all the connections relative to the efficiency of the crypto and the blockchain, mind you, just one, like say for instance, AI, would it be healthier if we only use blockchain instead of money? Would this, could you see this in the future? See what chat, perplexity, etc., what they say. Very much so. But I don't want to go off of that. That may be another episode of AI and the blockchain, what that looks like. We really want to go into details on how the future is changing, like how we're trying to, without showing you the future, how could we like paint you a picture of the future? We want you to see. And that's why we brought up crypto again, so you could get a combined understanding of the digitization of the future, the level of coding, robotics, and that's going into the future. And are you prepared for it? Mentally, will you be able to adapt? How will you do business in that type of environment? Is your business structured and prepared for that type of environment? Okay. Because it is the wave of the future, the wave that you have to ride. You have to ride this wave or you're going to drown. You're going to drown. All right. It is growing to such a degree that it is changing the way you do business. It's not a tool, simply. Like, we're using it as a tool, but it's more than a tool. It'll become integral to the business, right? Just like having employees in some sense. The AI, due to it being intelligent and merging, it'll start to become just like employees, like in 100%. Like, okay, it's working, no different. Not 80% effective, but you have some tweaks, or it's not here. You got to step in. Where we're like, no, 100% hands off. Do you know what that's going to do for businesses? Like, what that's going to do for the way people do businesses, how people expand. You could have $1 million company and be the only person, the only human in the company. And it's ran by different bots, different agents, programmed with different intelligences, perceptions, and mastery over different algorithms and processes, capable of thinking and adapting. What will that look like? Okay. How do you get in on that wave, right? As a business owner. Okay. This is past everything, this opportunity right here. This even is transcending like race, demographic, any limitation you could think of. So if past waves of mechanized labor, digitized communication, and it pretty much revolutionized by like decentralizing access to wealth, etc. AI is about intelligence. It's not just about automating tasks. It's about augmenting thinking. So in the past waves, again, mechanized labor, digitized communication. But this is about thinking. And thinking is pretty much the core feature of being alive for the most part. So this is going to go to the core features of life and totally augment it, beginning in a supplemental fashion. And then we're maybe dealing with something even deeper. Okay, so let's say in 2024, the global market, all right, the global market was estimated at $279 billion for AI. The AI market, $279 billion. Some forecasts project the AI market to balloon to about 4.8 trillion by 2033. All right. So other project the growth to be about 257 billion. Let's say to 2.4 trillion by 2032. So they're saying the same growth metrics. So we're talking about trillions of dollars, all right, over the next 5 to 10 years. Trillion dollar industries here. So if it's 2.8, 2.4.8, 2.4, when you say trillion, that's a whole nother level. Okay. Some is even projecting it to go into 10 trillion based on the different positions and opportunities that will arrive in the AI industry. All right. So we got to really think. Governments and supranational bodies are mobilizing to integrate it into their systems and efficiency. Still having human oversight, but they're making it more efficient, just like the governments have become more efficient and have integrated and incorporated a cryptocurrency representative to national currency, preparing for the shifts. We really want people to understand what we're looking at. If we're saying, hey, we're projected between 2 trillion and 10 trillion dollars over the next, what is it, 2020, about to be 2026. We say over the next 5 years, as everybody say about 2030, 2031 at them. Okay, 5 years. For the industry to boom and balloon to such a degree, you have to understand the projections of the rapid rate of growth that AI is estimated, hypothecated, or projected to have. This is huge opportunities here, huge opportunities to change life. Okay, so the diffusion of AI across like agriculture, construction, you name it, things are going to just be so much more efficient. But they're also going to have a lack of human touch. How will this affect people's mindset, people's perception, people's interaction? The more AI mirrors human beings. They've already had movies about people marrying AIs. People are lonely in the world. People are lonely, especially with social standards, the social media promoting social standards. That's another topic. But the concept of people seeking companionship from something that cares or appears to care, feels like it cares, or understands them. What does the future look like? Okay. What does the future look like? So we have to really, really understand that things beforehand, there was a barrier to entry in other things. Like, you had to, it took time for certain things, certain levels of investment, money. Like you couldn't just get in they had stocks or what have you then, but then you had the Great Depression. But again, we're just talking about the accessibility, about how to get in on the investment and ride the wave. Mind you, the internet revolution took maybe a solid 25 years to completely saturate everything, where everybody's got a website, everything is internet, everything is online, and it's online, everything. So 25 years versus when it started. Again, if you didn't have the money and means, you weren't just going to invest in the industrial revolution for the building of railroads and the steam engines and et cetera. If you didn't have the money, especially the stocks. But now the barrier to entry is far lower. You don't really need lots of money. What you really need is creativity, time, energy, clarity, the ability to be articulate and clear. That's it. So if you have the creativity and if you have the ability to accurately explain what it is you are envisioning that you want to manifest from the mental, then you will be able to really turn the AI revolution wave into generational wealth. We're here to give you the rules, the rule. Really, think back. Just think back. Amazon, we're going to sell books online. Nah, I don't want to sell books. Who, we got the library. Look at Amazon now. Facebook, hey, we're going to be able to talk to people online. We got phones. You can just look at them now. Bitcoin. So people started off with $100. Look at them now. People invested $100 in the Bitcoin. Look at where they at now. Same thing with Uber. Well, you just take a taxi. Nobody want to ride in anybody else's car. Look at it. Airbnb. I don't want to sleep in nobody else's house. Why would I do that? Look at it. Look at the industry. I don't want to have a business full of artificial intelligent employees. I don't want to deal. Look what's going to come. I want to be able to say, look at it, but it's in the development process. But you get the train of thought, because hey, all work is going to be, it's going to get deeper. Like the level of jobs are going to be replaced, but that replacement of jobs is going to create more jobs. It's going to create jobs, but those jobs are really going to be relative to creativity. There will be some sense of computer coding and things of that nature, which humans, will be able to go into to verify AI. As AI verifies the coding, it'll be that cross-reference aspect. But outside of some of the nuts and bolts, everything is going to be about envisioning creativity, articulately explaining what it is you're envisioning. So AI can say, This is the approach. This is the step. This is the process. In order to do that, you have to consider this. And then things become much more, I don't want to just say reasonable, maybe practical, maybe, more tangible, more possible. So the empire, the things that were once limited is now like it's here for you. All right. So again, think crypto. Think crypto. What is it? In the US, what was it, about 17% of people reported owning the cryptocurrencies. Okay. What they say, it's too volatile, it's too risky, it's too technical. Now it's considered a solid form of investment. And if you don't have digital investments a part of your portfolio, you're kind of like foolish. Like if we go through the lines of like, okay, what are all of your investments? Every investor will say, okay, so what do you have? You have any crypto, no crypto? No Bitcoin, nothing? No, you should. It's the wave of the future. So again, the too risky, it's too technical, it's too volatile. The only thing you're saying is if only I had somebody to lead and guide me, like how I did there. Because it may be a little too risky, it may be too technical. There may be some volatility in it due to my lack of awareness. If I approach it with this lack of awareness, then of course there's volatility because I'm lacking the technicality. So I'm taking a risk. But once we kind of minimize those things by somebody who understands the risk because they understand the technicalities, so they can show you how to avoid all senses of volatility, what are you waiting for? You need somebody to guide you. You need somebody to show you the rules to rule. If you want to know how to really, really implement this within your business and see a 30-day increase, I'm talking about from now to 30 days from now, you're like, wow, that's more leads. Wow, that's way more money. Wow, things are much more. Wow, I got an extra 4 hours out of my day minimized because AI is working for me in a sense. Hey, I'm closing more deals, or I have opportunity here where I'm closing some deals without talking to people. People are buying. Whatever it is, whatever your niche is, whatever your process is, we can show you how it's done. You know what you got to do? Book a roundtable session. We on standby to serve your brain. Y'all make sure y'all keep y'all crowns on, okay? Keep your crowns on and stay reflecting on this because it's a part of your tomorrow. It's going to be a part of your 2 years from now. It's going to be a part of your 5 years from now. Just imagine your 15 years from now. Can your finances face the future? You are going to ride the wave or you are going to be a slave. It's just that simple, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the jewels. See you at the round table for more.